Welcome, fellow crypto addicts. Welcome to the final project analysis on the first batch of auctions on the Polkadot Parachain Slot Auctions, and this time we're taking a look at SubGame Network. But before we do that, let me quickly point out to you that this video is not financial advice and that you should always do your own research before investing into anything. And now let's switch to the Excel model. So today we're looking at SubGame Network. Their sister project is SubGame Gamma. They have not yet competed for a parachain slot on the Kusama chain, but I think they're scheduled to do so. They're not within the current batch, but I'm guessing that they will probably join in the next auction batch on Kusama. But what does this project do? I think overall you can say they are doing gaming. Well, they're laying the foundation for developers to build game type modules, but they're also doing a bit more than just for gaming. They're also creating payment model interfaces and have data on chain applications. All in all, they have received 2 Web3 Foundation grants, which is not bad. If we compare it to the other project, most of them just received 1. A few, MOONBEAM has also received 2. But receiving 2 Web3 Foundation grants is quite good. And they get 10 investors backing them, but it is to note here that the investors that are backing SubGame Gamma, SubGame Network, and also SubGame Gamma, are not as top-notch as for most of the other projects, so they're kind of smaller investment firms that are backing this project. So just as an information, what could that possibly mean? Well, could be that all the top-notch investors dismissed investing into this project for various reasons, but this is just speculation. It could also be due to other things, but it's just to note that the investors of SubGame Network are of less quality than for some of the other projects that we have looked at so far. And if we're looking at the token, so you will get the SGB token. It's actually already trading and has a maximum supply of 500 million. I was not able to find any info on the inflation schedule, and all in all, it was not that easy to find a lot of information about SubGame Network, and also their value proposal. It's really difficult and pretty broad, so to say, and that's something that I kind of don't like about this project, so that it's not that easy to get what they're actually doing, but nevertheless they have a valid value proposal, otherwise they wouldn't have received 2 Web3 Foundation grants. Yeah, just for information here. But coming to the allocation schedule, well, they're only giving out 6.8% as parachain rewards, and this is really a quite low number. And if we look at the other project, this is actually the lowest number that a project is giving out as rewards for contributing to them. And I'm really wondering why they do that, because as their project is not doesn't have the biggest community and is not very hyped at the moment, giving out the worst rewards just does not make sense in my point of view. Looking at the parachain rewards, at the team. The team has reserved 8% of token supply. That's quite fine. It's actually quite a low number, but it's always good to see that the team is not too greedy with the tokens. But 30% are of the token supply is given out to investors. This should be of a little bit of concern, because it's not substantially more than as for other projects, but this number is in the upper end of the spectrum. So, and for such a small project with a relatively small market cap, 30% in the hands of investors who want to cash out at some point could amount to a high selling pressure on the token at some point in time, or at the point in time where the investors want to cash out their gains. And also they have only reserved about 6% for liquidity programs, which is not that much, but 49% on reserve and development, and I checked that the allocation in here is also included external development. You need to be aware here that normally for reserve and development, the token, if they have external developers, the tokens will either be sold and the external developers will be paid in, well, dollars or whatever, or the external developers receive their tokens in return for their work, and then this also leads to a higher selling pressure on the tokens. So all in all, the allocation schedule is not that good, honestly speaking, but mostly for the reason that the parachain rewards are so low, and actually the lowest in this first auction batch. And also I don't like that they have reserved 30% for investors and reserve and development of 49%. I mean, that is fine, but it's a bit much in my opinion. So maybe they could have structured this a bit differently, but in the end it's their project and they probably know best how to allocate their tokens. But in my opinion, this allocation schedule is not too strong. Let's look at the reward ratio. As far as I understood it, you will get a fixed reward if you contribute to SubGame Network. There will be a 13 SGB. There is no kind of referral bonus or early contributing bonus. But if you contribute via Parallel Finance, you will get an additional 5% or rewards on your Para tokens. And if you use the link that I provide in the description below, so if you are going to contribute to this project, do it via Parallel Finance, or at least you get some additional rewards. You get the base rewards plus the Parallel Finance para rewards, and you get an additional 5% there if you use the link in the description below. And coming to the vesting period, it's 100% linear vesting. Well, it's actually not exactly 100% linear vesting, because I think you get like 10% after TGE, after the token generation event. But it was not that clear, and as I told you before, it's really difficult to research information about SubGame Network because they don't provide that much info. And also, if you come to the market cap later, they also don't report a circulating supply, and therefore you can not you do not exactly know what their market cap is. So this is all a bit it's all not that good for researchers and investors to get the information necessary. But yeah, we'll see. It's a bit of a weird project, I say, but still think that they might be able to bring value to Polkadot, but they're not doing everything right. Just phrase it like that. They have no special rewards, as I told you before, and there's also no failure compensation. And as of today, they are they're project 10 of 10 in the first auction batch, so they will definitely not win a slot in this first auction batch. And I will also be not surprised if they are not able to win a slot in the second auction batch, if they are directly compete again after that, because of the poor rewards they're giving out and the overall impression I got from this project. But let's move on to the price analysis. So the expected market cap it's like really hard to evaluate this because they don't report circulating supply. The SGB token is currently trading at around $2, and so I assume that if SubGame Network achieves to secure a parachain slot and is able to bring utility to Polkadot, then I think their market cap will be around $350 million US dollars, a bit smaller than Clover Finance, maybe a bit bigger than Darwinia, even though the Darwinia is bringing a lot more value to Polkadot. But same as for Darwinia, SubGame Network is in a very early stage of development, and as far as I understood it, they do not have a functioning product yet. But if they do, and they probably will, gaming is an important thing for Polkadot and also for cryptos. That's why I think it is possible for them to reach a market cap of 350 billion, possibly a bit less, and don't actually think that they will be much bigger than that, at least in the first half year to a year. And well, I just expected the circulating supply to be around 150 million US dollar, about 30% of their total supply. But as I already told you, it's really hard to find out this information, and this I could be wrong with that one. But nevertheless, if we look at the price expectations, I think it's very much likely that SubGame Gamma will, or SubGame Network will trade in the range between $2 to $3, but possibly a bit in the lower ballpark of $2.30 to maybe $2.50 to be that you can expect from after they have secured a parachain slot. So all in all, with this range, you will get around $26 to $39 for one dot contributed, which is currently about $42 actually, so it fell in the past few days. Again, looking at the social sentiment, we see that they only have 20,000 Twitter followers. That is really not that much compared to the other project. I think it's actually one of the smallest numbers, and actually yes, it is the smallest amount of Twitter followers, and they also have the smallest, no, not the smallest amount of Telegram users, but 9K Telegram users is also not that big of a crowd. And you also have to remember that on Telegram there are also a lot of bots and scammers and whatever, so all in all there's not that big of a crowd backing this project, and that's why I only gave the project a 5 out of 10 rating. And because compared to the other projects like ACALA, what kind of crowd do they have? MOONBEAM, which is like the user's favorite, with most individual addresses having contributed to one auction. So in comparison to that, SubGame Network is really weak on the social sentiment side of things here. So that's why now we come to the conclusion. So I expect for SubGame Network, so first of all, I don't expect the SubGame Network to win a slot chain auction in the first auction batch, and I think it will really depend on their competitors, if they're gonna win in the second auction batch. But as far as I'm concerned, this is not sure. Because like for other projects, you can say, okay, Darwinia, if they don't win in the first one, they will probably win in the second auction batch. Or MANTA is currently at rank 6, so if they are not winning in the first auction batch, they will definitely be one of the first to win in the second auction batch. But for SubGame Network, I'm not that confident that they are going to win a slot anytime soon. And also the rewards that you can expect, I think they're in around $30, so maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. Maybe you can also expect $35, but the reward ratio here is actually quite poor in comparison to the other projects, which mostly is due to the fact that they're just giving out 6.8% of their token supply to the as parachain rewards. So yeah, I don't know why they do that, but that's not very good for investors. Coming to the sentiment, well, I'm indifferent about that, but rather a bit on the negative side. I didn't find too many positive aspects about this project, but I think if they are able to bring develop their value proposal and what they're telling they're going to do, that they will do and achieve that, then I actually think they have some decent value that they're bringing to Polkadot. But as of today, with not really a working product yet, and also all the other negative aspects we have talked about so far, I'm indifferent on this project, leaning slightly more to the negative side, but this could maybe change if in the coming auctions there will be some information about well, their products or their use cases. So all in all, I'm going to rate this project double B. One could argue that it might also actually just be a normal B. They're definitely one of the weaker projects in this first auction batch, and so all in all, I would not recommend investing in SubGame Network, at least not yet. We'll see what the future brings. But if you want to invest to any of these projects and you do it via Parallel Finance, remember to use the referral link in the description below, so you'll get an additional 5% on your para rewards. And yes, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that you will not miss any of the upcoming videos. Now I have analyzed all the 10 projects in the first auction batch, so I don't know if I'm going to do a video about my contributions. If you want to see that, feel free to leave a comment below. Otherwise, we'll probably hear from each other for the next auction batch starting at the mid of December. So take care, good luck with the auctions, and see you guys next time.